Hey there, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are going to look at the following WWE news and rumors. Kevin Owens provides update on hurt cameraman after chaotic finish on SmackDown. Roman Reigns makes bold claim, shoots down praise for top star. Raw star strongly disagrees with claim about Roman Reigns' WWE status. Real reason why Finn Balor returned to WWE SmackDown revealed. And more. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe for daily wrestling content. Finn Balor is setting his sights on winning main roster titles again following his return to WWE SmackDown. The Irishman won the Universal Championship and Intercontinental Championship, X2, during his 3-year run on WWE's main roster between 2016 and 2019. He is also a 2-time NXT champion. Speaking on SmackDown post-show Talking Smack, Balor commented on the reaction he received from WWE fans in Houston, Texas. The 39-year-old also made it clear he wants to be back in the title picture. "It's good to be back," Balor said. "It's SmackDown, the fans are back, and Finn is back. That was a hell of a pop crowd reaction. The energy is still running through my body. But yeah, glad to be back. Obviously there's always a plan. I went to NXT. I became NXT champion. I moved to Raw. I became the first Universal Champion. I became a 2-time Intercontinental Champion, went back to NXT, won the NXT Championship. So the reason that I'm here on SmackDown is to win championships." Balor has spent the last 2 years of his WWE career in NXT. Prior to that, he was involved in Intercontinental Championship storylines on Raw and SmackDown in the first half of 2019. SmackDown's top male singles title, the Universal Championship, is held by Roman Reigns. Apollo Crews currently holds the Intercontinental Championship on SmackDown. On this week's WWE SmackDown, Sami Zayn demanded that the Money in the Bank briefcase be lowered and given to him. Finn Balor's music then hit, and the former Universal Champion made his long-awaited return to the main roster. Asked on Talking Smack if he had a message for fans, Balor dropped another hint about what could be in store for him. "Obviously I'm eternally grateful for the fan support throughout the pandemic," Balor added. "But my message, buckle your seatbelts, we're going for a ride." Excluding WWE Superstar Spectacle, Finn Balor's most recent main roster WWE match ended in defeat against The Fiend at SummerSlam 2019. Kevin Owens took to Twitter to provide an update on the cameraman who was hurt on SmackDown after taking a bump during the main event. As fans returned to the arena, they were treated to a fatal 4-way main event comprising of the SmackDown side of the participants in the Money in the Bank ladder match. It featured King Nakamura, Big E, Kevin Owens, and Seth Rollins. The cameraman took the bump during the closing moments of the match when Seth Rollins set up the ladder to jump on a prone Nakamura set on the announcer's table. Kevin Owens took him out, climbed the ladder, and performed a diving elbow on Nakamura, breaking the announcer's table. During the spot, it can be observed that a cameraman lost his balance and fell down. A concerned fan asked about the condition of the cameraman, to which Kevin Owens responded with a photo of himself along with him. KO said that he is doing fine, and the picture seems to suggest it as well. "He's great," said Kevin Owens on Twitter. After that chaotic moment, Seth Rollins hit the stomp on Big E to a ladder to secure the pinfall and build momentum towards the Money in the Bank ladder match this Sunday. As stated earlier, Kevin Owens will feature in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Before the match on SmackDown, he hit a stunner on Baron Corbin for insulting him. It will be interesting to see if Corbin looks for payback and in turn tries to cost Owens his match on Sunday. The field for this year's men's Money in the Bank is stacked with incredible talent, and it will be difficult to choose a winner at the moment. While KO is a fan favorite to win the MITB briefcase, it will be a tough job given he will have to overcome some big names like Drew McIntyre, Riddle and Rollins in the mix as well. Who do you think will come out on top at Money in the Bank? Did you like the SmackDown main event? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Lana has sent a supportive message to Liv Morgan after the WWE SmackDown star posted a throwback picture of herself from 2 years ago. On the July 16, 2019 episode of WWE SmackDown, Morgan's on-screen character was visibly upset after losing a match against Charlotte Flair. Exactly 2 years later, Morgan stood tall at the end of a WWE SmackDown segment ahead of Sunday's WWE Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Writing on Twitter, former WWE star Lana, now known by her real name, CJ Perry, said she is proud of Morgan for never giving up. Liv Morgan and Lana were briefly involved in a romance angle in late 2019 and early 2020. The storyline resulted in Bobby Lashley and Lana defeating Rusev and Morgan on the January 20, 2020 episode of WWE Raw. Morgan also picked up 2 victories over Lana in singles matches. Charlotte Flair recorded a routine win against Liv Morgan on the July 16, 2019 episode of WWE SmackDown. Following the match, Morgan vowed to be real when she next appeared in WWE. The former Riot Squad member reunited with the recently released Ruby Riott in 2020. Despite being one of the few legitimate female tag teams in WWE, they were unable to capture the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Since Riott's WWE departure in June, Morgan has become a key member of the WWE SmackDown Women's division. She recently followed up her 2 victories over Carmella with a win against the returning Zelina Vega on July 2nd. Morgan is set to compete in an 8-woman ladder match at WWE Money in the Bank on Sunday. The winner will earn a contract which guarantees them an impromptu title match at a time of their choosing. Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Nikki and Naomi will participate in the ladder match from the Raw roster. Along with Morgan, 3 more SmackDown stars, Natalya, Tamina, and Zelina Vega, are also due to be involved in the match. A few days before WWE WrestleMania last year, Roman Reigns took a hiatus from wrestling. It was due to the circumstances with COVID-19 spreading at a rate faster than ever. This meant that Reigns had to miss WrestleMania and would be gone from WWE indefinitely. Luckily enough, just 2 days after the debut of the WWE Thunderdome, Roman Reigns returned with a brand new edge to his character. He used the time off to come up with new ideas which he was able to display in the Thunderdome in the following months. In a recent interview with CBS Sports, Roman Reigns made a claim for himself to be the premier star of WWE. The Universal Champion even made a note of bringing up another top star, Bayley, who has been praised by many, to state that even she wasn't at his level. "There's no argument," Reigns said. "There's been nobody to ever carry the WWE product like I have over the past year, and I stand on that. You can throw anybody out. We can try and be nice and say, oh, Bayley, she just got hurt. She was the best. Come on, let's not lie to ourselves." The Tribal Chief has carried the WWE for well over a year now, and there's no denying it. Many believe Roman Reigns is currently doing the best character work he has ever done in his career. Ever since turning heel, the Tribal Chief has unlocked a new side which allows him to truly flourish under the current circumstances. Even during his run as the head of the table, Reigns has been able to add nuances and new dimensions to his character. The WWE Universal Champion discussed this in depth in the same interview with CBS Sports. "I don't think I can just be stuck in any mindset or any pattern," Reigns continued. "Like anything, there's some greatness to being able to evolve and to change. Sometimes there's some growing pains that come with that mindset that you have to get through to find that promised land. There's some things I'd like to keep in mind in some of these tools. The Thunderdome was a challenge, and you had to show different layers, and you had to source different tools and sharpen those tools and work on different parts of the craft." What do you make of Roman Reigns' comments? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. MVP says he disagrees with Paul Heyman's assessment that Universal Champion Roman Reigns is head and shoulders above anyone else in WWE. Reigns, with Heyman, has produced some of the best work of his career on WWE SmackDown over the last year. On WWE Raw, Bobby Lashley, with MVP, has been presented as the brand star attraction since winning the WWE Championship in March. Posting on Instagram, Heyman shared a picture from Friday's WWE SmackDown and claimed that Reigns is the top star in WWE right now. MVP responded by reminding him that Lashley is not someone who should be overlooked. "While I both understand and respect the praise you heap on your associate, I strongly disagree with your assessment," MVP wrote. "Primarily the anyone else part. I know a guy, an almighty one." Although Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns now perform on separate brands, both men were members of the WWE Raw roster in 2018. Lashley picked up a rare victory over Reigns at WWE Extreme Rules, while Reigns won their rematch on Raw. Bobby Lashley is due to defend his WWE Championship against Kofi Kingston at Sunday's WWE Money in the Bank pay-per-view. The Almighty suffered a pinfall loss against Kingston's tag team partner, Xavier Woods, on the final episode of Raw before the event. Roman Reigns will also be involved in a title match on the pay-per-view. The Tribal Chief is set to put his Universal Championship on the line against Edge in a first-time ever singles match between the two men. WWE's annual November pay-per-view, Survivor Series, has had a champion versus champion theme since 2016. If Lashley and Reigns keep their titles for another 4 months, they are likely to go one-on-one at the event.